Hello there, and welcome back once more to another video here again, sitting in front of this awesome collection that I will show one day when it's time. You read the title, you are here now, and thank you for clicking. Make sure to subscribe and like if you want more videos like this. Welcome to a new video in the channel, and today we'll be reviewing an awesome $40 Star Wars action figure haul that varies from loose action figures, carded figures, different figures from different series back in the day, like Power of the Force, Power of the Jedi, and also old school Revenge of the Sith figures that are interesting, not interesting, but always remember, in my taste, every single action figure is interesting. So once more again, I don't want to keep you waiting. There's an incredible highlight that I want to show. I picked up an amazing, to not really spoil so much, but I picked up something very cool that you'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully you'll have fun watching this video as much as I did making it and hunting down these figures. Once more again, thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, we're going to start out with the first segment. I'm going to show you a couple of the troopers that I got, and then I have some pilots, some background characters, and some higher command characters, of course. But we're going to go by segment, and hopefully this works out. First up, we got a Power of the Force Sand Trooper. It has that old school look to it. I have a handful of these guys laying about in my Tatooine area, or Tatooine section, in with all the figures that are obviously from Tatooine. But fun fact, I adore and love collecting a bunch of Power of the Force figures. I don't know why. I never grew up in that era, but for some reason it's just about collecting those figures, those old school 90s figures. Just a fine addition to have there. Gonna be putting him very close to the rest of the troopers. Moving on, I'm going to show two troopers, actually two clone troopers as a matter of fact. We have a Phase 2 2005 clone trooper from Revenge of the Sith, that old school 2005 mold, and we have, around the time where Attack of the Clones came out, Phase 1 clone trooper. We're going to start off with this guy because he's, let's be honest, he's more appealing. This is by far one of my favorite clone trooper molds that has ever been done, and think about it, it's probably one of the first. It's an incredible figure. Unfortunately, this is what you get obviously by finding just loose figures in general. It's missing a shoulder pad, and it's also missing a hand, which sucks to suck, but nothing we can't fix, let's be honest. Detail on the helmet is incredible, and it's just by far an incredible mold in this figure. I would honestly recommend you to go find some. Go out there, really. Go out there to the swap meets. Go out there to anywhere where there's vendors selling out toys. Go out there. You'll find an awesome figure. Moving on, we have obviously the next up in line that I showed. Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Basic, normal figure. This is what you would get back in the day when the Attack of the Clones came out. Not so much posability, but enough action for you to just have him there being displayed. Obviously, whenever I get clone troopers like this, I'll just have them there, really. There's nothing you can do much with them because of the posability and playmobility in this figure. But you could just have them shooting something. Shooting some clankers or whatever you want. It's obviously missing an arm as well, but this is what you get. Still, crazy to find. Moving on to the last trooper of this segment, we have a Rebel Hoth trooper. Also from Power of the Force, it has that old school look. The detail on the chest and all the way to the bottom from the boots are pretty cool for a figure back in the day. And also the giant backpack. It's it's pretty big, I'm gonna lie. It's removable, just if you're wondering. But also, it's a figure that I need. I have also a handful of Power of the Force Snowtrooper figures, because why not? Alright, moving on, we got an awesome TIE Fighter pilot, but it's an awesome figure overall. It has also that glossy look in the helmet from the armor here in the chest area, and then from the bottom of the boots. It's an incredible figure to have. Then also, I'm repeating myself over and over, I do have a handful of these guys, and he's just waiting to be in that section and I'm obviously much more happier to have more of these guys. Moving on, the highlight, the incredible, the legendary Porkins. Unfortunately without his helmet, but who cares? Who cares, man? We're gonna have him being displayed with all the other guys. It's an incredible figure to have. I'm pretty sure this is actually from Power of the Force. I want to correct myself. This is actually from Power of the Jedi. I'm 100% sure it's Power of the Jedi. Awesome figure overall. I don't know if you can see the little pilot guys, but we have Luke and Biggs. We actually have 2 Biggs, but we're gonna put some diversity in there and put the legendary Porkins. Awesome figure. Backside, pretty good face for a figure back in the day. Moving on, we're gonna show again also 2 figures. The 2 figures in this line. We have a Tusken Raider and EV from Jabba's palace, the legendary asshole of a droid. First up, the Tusken Raider. This is actually a Tusken Raider from the Attack of the Clones wave. I'm pretty sure, if I'm mistaken, I get confused with some of the figures that came out of both of the Power of the Jedi line and also the Attack of the Clones line as well with the blue box. But overall, incredible Tusken Raider figure. Obviously, that incredible look of the helmet or just face. Awesome figure overall. Unfortunately, no accessories, but we'll fix that. There's nothing we can't fix. Next up, we got EV. Pretty just decent figure to have him there. Obviously, the more the merrier. The more action figures I get from Jabba's palace or Jabba's sail barge or just people from that scene in general, it's just more incredible to have him there. Incredible figure. All right, moving on, we have Captain Panaka. Obviously from the Phantom Menace line, that incredible Episode 1 Star Wars line with all the figures. Pretty cool figure from 1999. Awesome to have him in my edition. I have a handful of a bunch of different characters from Naboo. My goodness. Well, I think that's a sign to just move on to the other figure because it's Mas Amida. If you don't have a favorite Gleb Shuttle, this is definitely it. Pretty weird figure, but overall, just in general, I love the scales and his little code right here. Pretty figure to have him there with your politicians. Although, it's up to you. Last but not least, in the first segment of the figures that I think that are honestly pretty decent that I found is an Emperor's Guard from Power of the Force. This guy is pretty chunky, not to mention that literally inside it looks like there's just like a brick in there. But also, the more the merrier. I have a couple of right over there, if you can see them, using this guy to point. The more the merrier. Having this guy is incredible and such an awesome figure from Power of the Force. Alright, moving on to I think the highlight of the loose figures. This is pretty much a pack these figures all came from the same pack. It was a battle pack and it was called The Hunt for Grievous. So if you recognize what I'm saying, you will know that, my goodness, I really found treasure. Alright, we got 2 ARC Troopers from that battle pack, from that awesome, luxurious The Hunt for Grievous battle pack. These guys are obviously, unfortunately, missing a pauldron and also their rangefinder, but it's nothing we can't fix. Awesome figures, really cool for what was released back in the day, and it wasn't even that long ago, let's be honest. Awesome detail. Maybe they could have back in the day done a better job in just the posability, because these are just repaints of the old modes that back in the day was released in the realistic Clone Wars 2003 line. But good figures in general. Love to have them there in the collection. Next up, we have a Captain Fordo, who unfortunately is missing an arm, and I'm pretty sure also a pauldron. Not missing a rangefinder, but still a pretty cool figure in general. Just to have him there, just his presence and incredible mold, by the way. Awesome figure to have. Gonna have him displayed with the rest of the boys, and maybe a little Grievous in there. Who knows? But incredible figure. Let's move on. All right, last but not least, and also my favorite, that's why I saved it for last, is the Advanced Recon Commando Gunner. This obviously is the highlight of the loose action figures. For me, it's the highlight. It's one of my favorite variants of the different clone troopers. This is obviously also came with the Hunt for Grievous, and I wanted to have a separate part because I wanted to just show it in general. An awesome figure to have, and an awesome addition to have with the clone troops, with the boys, with the ARC Trooper boys, if you want to say it. This also fits very well with my recent purchase, which was the Vintage Collection ARC Trooper figures from obviously the Clone Wars in 2003. Weird little mold, but also just a great addition to have him there. Obviously, he's missing his battle skirt and a couple of his accessories. Most of his accessories, which is mostly the highlight of the figure, but I don't agree. I think that for me, the highlight of the figure is just the figure itself. I love that helmet, and it's an awesome addition to my collection, and I'll be adding him there very soon, very shortly. Alright, so I did mention that there was also going to be carded figures in this entire haul, and guess what? It's time to show those carded figures. Up, we have a Power of the Jedi action figure, and also Power of the Force. This guy, we have a Mon Calamari and Captain Piet. Awesome additions. Don't know if I'll leave them carded or if I'll just open them. Who knows? But it's just an incredible thing to have here with these incredible figures from back in the day. Little cinematic pose of all of them. In the back, we have that classic look from the Power of the Force line. And moving on to Power of the Jedi, that awesome list of all the different characters. The little data card in there of the Mon Calamari. And look, make sure to join the Star Wars fan club. Awesome figures in general. I think these were pretty cool to find. You know, you'll find whatever kind of figures out in the wild, but I'm pretty sure that this was a success. Moving on, we have an amazing figure. In my taste, honestly, it's up to you if you really don't like it or not, but it is a Firing Jet Backpack Clone Trooper, Phase 2 Clone Trooper. This is an action figure from Revenge of the Sith, and obviously it comes with an action-packed accessories. You see that old school Clone Trooper mold from 2005. You got the Clone Trooper layout right there. The incredible picture up there. Just incredible to have. Moving in the back, we have more information. Firing Jet Backpack. It shows the Clone Trooper handling that enormous and pretty cool and action-packed thing. Out in the bottom, we have a list of other things that are for you to collect, if you can find them now, unfortunately. And moving up, same thing from the front. Clone Trooper and the Star Wars logo. This overall is just an awesome action figure to have, and obviously I'll have it displayed and make sure to show all of it in its glory. All right, we are getting very close to the end. We have one more action figure, and I saved my favorite, obviously, maybe not the best for you, but my favorite for last, because it is the incredible and awesome Commander Gree, my favorite clone trooper, my favorite clone commander, the incredible green camel badass Gree himself. From Star Wars The Legacy Collection, you of course have that amazing this hits me actually, nostalgia right there. First day issue, awesome. You have an amazing picture obviously of Commander Gree, and you have also the figure out in the front. You have the box itself just mirrored as a stormtrooper, the entirety. That's just an incredible way to put out figures. The back, you get a list of other incredible action figures from the Legacy Collection. Second favorite series of action figures. My second favorite. We have the droid factory. We have a little droid part over in the back. And let's be honest, this box is a little beat up, right? So I'm going to do what I need to do and set this guy free. Greetings, programs. Thank you so much for watching this entire video and sticking to the end. I had so much fun recording and showing off these awesome action figures. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. And if this video blows up, I'll take you with me and you will experience the hunt for these figures. Until next time, thank you.